Hey YouTubers, diecast collectors, it is July 28th and this is Jared White, and this is actually a little bit different for me because this video is not all about diecast. This is more or less about when I went on vacation. I went to Cedar Point on the last week and it was before July, it was June, and I went on the very last week, so I think I went on like the 22nd between like the 30th, so I went a week, like the 23rd or 24th between the last weekend and the weekend before, so I had a pretty good time. I did a lot of things. So the very first day I went there, I went on the jet ferry. I went out to Detroit. I actually got to watch some fireworks. That was pretty cool. And I did actually go to Cedar Point on, I think it was Tuesday, so I got a few things at Cedar Point. First off, when I went on the Top Thrill Dragster, I got a photo of me and my dad. But here it is right here. That was the reverse side of it, but this is pretty cool. This was the before. I'm just trying to look like I'm driving a car or something, just being goofy, and then that's after. Honestly, this is the most fun. It was pretty cool. It was pretty fast. I mean, it's supposed to be one of the world's fastest coasters besides King Ka and the Formula One ride at Abu Dhabi or whatever it is, but this is pretty fast for what we have in America. Like I said, this is pretty awesome. I mean, track length 2,000 feet, height of 400 feet, lift hill angle 90 degrees, and 400 vertical drop. So angle of descent 90 degrees. The angle of twist on descent is 270. Like I said, it was pretty awesome. 120 miles an hour launch speed in less than 4 seconds, and drop speed about 120. And it was made in 2003, so pretty cool ride. Some more photos I got. A few days later, I mean, I went out and I rode the ripcord, and I had some fun on that. This is one photo of us. Don't really have much of a facial expression, but we actually have another picture that we got. We got this one. This one's even better. Mouth's hanging open, riding the ripcord. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, and I've had some fun at Cedar Point, like I said. Oh, and I also got a hat. This one says Ride Warrior on it with the skull. Yeah, I have my skulls. I love cool hats, so when I go out to places, and it's pretty sweet. Like I said, and I also managed to pick up some buttons from a few rides. I got the Top Thrill Dragster. I got the Magnum XL 200. That one was pretty fun. It was really bumpy. Gotta warn you, if you ever ride the Magnum, it's a pretty bumpy ride. Millennium Force, that was one of the best coasters there, honestly. Was one of my mom's favorites, so it was pretty fun. And I did get the Maverick, and Maverick was okay. It was kind of a rough ride, but nevertheless, it was alright. And I also got a Gatekeeper pin. Can't really see it too well, but I couldn't get the button because they didn't really have the button available, but it was a pretty cool. Gatekeeper was pretty fun too. It was a lot like the Griffin that I have around here in Busch Gardens, so that was pretty fun. So, and I also got a mug. Went out to Cedar Point. Has all the rides on it. So, like I said, pretty fun park to go to. I recommend Cedar Point if anyone likes coasters a lot. like I said. So yep, there's all the rods. Put this down over here. And I got a Pigpen mug. We also got a Snoopy mug. My mom likes Snoopy, so she had to get one of those. But yeah, I got Pigpen also. I didn't just get that. I got a snow globe, which I have lit up just to show you guys. It actually has this cool light up function that has a base right here, and you put the batteries in it, so it's pretty neat. But yeah. So like I said, pretty cool snow globe. It's got all the rods on it and everything. And yeah, pretty neat. Like I said, and when I was at Cedar Point, I got a Ride Warrior skull necklace. Like I said, more skulls. But this one's pretty sweet. Yeah, I like this. So there's that one. And this is almost pretty much it for Cedar Point stuff. I did get a bunch of t-shirts, but I'm not going to bother to show those right now because they're kind of dirty and I don't really want to show them. But here we go. This is more Cedar souvenirs. I got the Statics these are by Coaster Dynamics. These are pretty cool. Reproduction trains. I like these a lot. They look pretty neat. But yeah, there's a Millennium Force. And I also got the Gatekeeper. This one was a little more because that's their newest ride. The other ones were only like 20 bucks, but this one was like $34, so yeah, it was a little much, but you know, yeah, really cool though. I like how it has a little inscription plate of the ride, which is pretty neat. So yeah. And then also when I was there, I did get the fastest coaster that they had, which was the Top Thrill. They had a Maverick train, but I didn't really care too much for Maverick, so I did not happen to get that train. But yeah, pretty neat. Yeah. So, and I also, when I was there, managed to pick up a game. I got Cedar Pointopoly. I've actually played this once. It was pretty fun, pretty cool game. Like I said, if you go, I recommend picking this one up. It's pretty cool. But I got a bunch of fridge magnets too, but they're on my fridge, so, and keychains, but they'll happen to be on my key ring, so I'm not gonna show those right now. But or I'm not gonna show them. But I also went out to an indoor water park. I actually went to a few indoor water parks. I went to Kalahari, and I went to Castaway Bay, and I got a little ship in a bottle from that place. That's pretty neat. Not ship in a bottle, but a treasure chest in a bottle. I did get a ship in a bottle, but that was from another place that I went to, which I'll show you in a minute. Pretty neat. Treasure chest in a bottle with the little shells all around it. So that's it for that. I did happen to go to a place called South Bass Island. It's called Put-in Bay, and I got some pretty neat stuff from there. First off, I got another skull necklace. I got this one. Yeah, pretty sweet. And I actually went to the airport there, which was the Put-in Bay Airport, because I got to fly in a little single-engine plane, and I got a hat from that place too. I also got a t-shirt that has a Ford Tri-Motor airplane on it, but this is the 3 Whiskey 2 hat, which are the call numbers for the airport, I guess. So yeah, pretty neat. When I was out at Put-in Bay, I had a pretty good time. I went parasailing. I went to a lot of good restaurants, and I had a pretty good time there. So I got a few other souvenirs at Put-in Bay. I got this little skull with little ships that float around it. Pretty neat. See the boats right there. Yeah. So I got that. And I also got a little ship in a bottle. Pirate ship in a bottle. But it says Put-in Bay on it. It's got kind of the wrapping to make it look more, I don't know, sea-ish. Seaworthy. I don't know. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, that's the best pirate theme song I can do. I also went to Perry's Cave. It was a pretty cool little attraction that they had when we went. We had a golf cart we rented on the island, and we actually got to drive around, and we went to a place called Perry's Cave, and I got a few little things there. I got an arrowhead. I didn't show that because I need to get it restrung eventually because it won't fit my neck, but I did get a trilobite, which was pretty neat. And I got a geode. Geode's pretty neat. Not a geo, a geode. Not a little junky car, but a really cool geode. Yes, pretty neat with the little gold things inside of it. I like it. But yeah. Well, that is my vacation haul, folks. My stuff I got on vacation. Like I said, I had a really good time. If you want to have fun, I recommend going to Ohio, but it took a long time to get there. Like I said, it took me about 10 or 11 hours, so it was a long road trip going up, and we just drove straight through back, so it was a long trip. But yeah, I did have a really good time there, and you know, like I said, keep on my channel for updates on my videos. And if it has to do with die-casts and anything cool, it has to be the J-Man 63. Keep on collecting, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.